In this video, I'm going to share with you 8 hobbies that you can try this year to help reduce boredom and improve your mental well-being. So through my work as a recreation therapist, a lot of my work centers around helping others overcome barriers to be able to engage in meaningful leisure activities, or hobbies, as I'm going to use interchangeably throughout this video. But even as a recreation and leisure professional, there have been times in my life where I've been so overwhelmed by my to-do lists and everything that I haven't accomplished yet that leisure, recreation, hobbies, they just kind of go by the wayside. And what ends up happening is that I start this cycle of burnout and pushing myself too hard, and I'm really not enjoying or living in the moment. So what I wanted to share with you all today is, even as a leisure hobby professional myself, I struggle. And so I think it's important to open yourself up to potentially new hobbies, new leisure activities that you might want to try. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you all today. So you might be wondering right now, why is it so important for us to engage in hobbies and leisure activities? There is a ton of scientific research proving how beneficial it can be to step away from our to-do lists, our tasks that need to get done, and engage in leisure activities. And picking up a new hobby is a great way to enter flow state, which I will be creating a video about next week, so stay tuned. So the 8 hobbies that I'm going to share with you all today, I picked them because they can be modified for this COVID-19 era that we're in, and they can be done safely through social distancing, and a lot of them actually take place outdoors, which we know help mitigate the risk of transmission. So if you're watching this in 2021, great. If you're not, if you're watching it later, they're hobbies that you can still do at any point, and hopefully not a day too far off into the future, we will be back to a sense of normalcy. Fingers crossed. Number 1, reading. So I'm going to be really honest here with you all and tell you that as a child, I struggled with reading. I was really far behind in my class, and I was really embarrassed about that. You know, my parents used to buy me J14 magazines just so that I would read the little columns about JTT and whoever else I had a massive crush on at the time. But I really struggled with reading, and it took me somebody sitting down with me and asking, what did I want to read? What type of books would I be interested in? Which led me on to Harry Potter, a series that I think a lot of us can relate to. Harry, you're a wizard. I digress. The thing about reading is that if you don't consider yourself an avid reader, it might be because you just haven't found a category of books that you really truly enjoy reading. The really cool thing about reading as one of your hobby activities is that it can be very inexpensive. So if you're somebody who likes to collect books, yes, books can be expensive, but if you find them at secondhand stores, or if friends trade books, then you can get them relatively inexpensively. Or if you're willing to wait in line at the library to get a book out that you really truly want to read and then return it, then you can do it for free. It's a very affordable hobby activity. I'm going to link a video here called How to Create a 2021 Reading List. This is a practice that I do every year where I think forward to the year ahead and what sorts of skills I want to learn and what kind of books I want to read, and to help me stay on track with my reading goals. So if you're interested, make sure you go check it out. Number 2, going for a nature walk or hiking. So we walk every single day. We walk back and forth to our car, and we walk while we're at work. But have you been on a mindful nature-based walk lately? Back at the beginning of lockdown in 2020, I was stuck in the house working from home for a few months, and I just needed to be able to escape the 4 walls. And the best way to do that was to take my doggo, Roy, for a walk around the block. And at first it was just something that needed to be done, something that had to happen during our day to get Roy out and get his exercise. But as I was doing it during lockdown, I began to notice everything around me, and it became more of a spiritual practice, which I absolutely loved. I started to notice the different shades of green, and the butterflies flying around me, and the blue jays and the cardinals, and even the way that the wind felt on my skin. And it was this whole mindful experience that I really hadn't slowed down and taken the time to do before. So it's completely changed the way that I think about hiking and nature walking. Not as something that I have to do, but something that you can really practice those mindfulness skills in. So if you're interested in trying more nature walks or hiking, I would definitely recommend just popping on Google and type in hiking spots near me. I actually created a video. It was a come and try with me video where I went on a nature walk in a local park here near St. Petersburg, Florida. So I'm going to link it up here in case you want to go check it out. Number 3, biking. There are quite a few great benefits to biking. Number 1, it is an awesome form of physical activity, especially because you do it outdoors, and just like my hiking nature walk example before, you become more mindful of everything around you. Number 2, it doubles as an active form of transportation. So if you're trying to cut back on gas mileage, or you're looking to get a little bit more physical activity into your day on a route that you have to take anyways, getting back and forth to work or the grocery store, biking can allow you to do that. Number 3, this is my favorite part about biking, is that it allows you to see your town, your area from a brand new, fresh perspective. So when I got my bike, I have a few friends here who also bike, and we just kind of would pick different areas of town that we would like to go and see that day. St. Petersburg has a beautiful brand new pier area, which we went down, we biked through. I've gotten to see the city through a completely new lens. So if you're going to be a local tourist, why not do it on a bicycle? Number 4, baking. So baking is one of those activities that I think we often don't think about doing as a hobby, because again, maybe it's something that we just need to do on a regular basis. If you're baking for people in your family, or you're cooking your 3 meals that you need to eat every single day. Baking is a really cool activity, something that I've found to be really helpful when I'm trying to get into a flow state. Because I usually find that you can find a recipe that matches perfectly with your skill level. So I would not say that I am an expert baker. I really enjoy it and I'm getting better at it, but my level, I would say somewhere between beginner and moderate. But you can find recipes to fit what skill level you have so that the challenge isn't so big that you completely mess up the recipe. Back around Christmas time, I made a video all about me making some sugar cookies. They looked okay. Hopefully next year I'll be able to make another video with some more professional looking sugar cookies as my skills get better. But if you want to check it out, I'm going to link it right here. Number 5, start a blog. So back in 2018, I was going through a pretty challenging season of life, and I just needed some sort of leisure activity or hobby to help me get back to feeling like myself again. So I decided to start a blog. And the amazing thing about starting a blog is that you can pick really any niche or any type of content to create. So if you are somebody who's really into the field of therapeutic recreation like I am, that was the niche that I decided to write about. But there's blogs out there, car blogs, dog blogs, shopping blogs. There's so many different types of blogs out there. So if you like to creatively write and you have a niche that you feel like you want to share your passion about, I would highly recommend starting a blog. I hope you're enjoying the video. Comment below with any new hobby activities that you have recently started that would be a good idea to try. Number 6, take an online course. There is so much information on the internet nowadays that you can really do a deep dive into any of your interests that you want to learn more about. And there's so many different platforms out there to be able to do this on. I really enjoy using the platform Skillshare. Right now I'm trying to build my skills in the world of business as well as content creation, learn about social media, but they have courses on really anything. If you want to start to develop some of your artistic skills, or you want to learn a little bit more about productivity and how to organize your life. The platform is amazing. I highly recommend it. I'm going to share a link down below where you can sign up through my affiliate link to be able to get the first 2 months for free. So if you're interested, go and check it out. Number 7, become a local tourist. So it can be really discouraging right now with all of the travel restrictions in place due to COVID. If you are someone like me and who loves going on adventures, the past year has been pretty difficult because we've kind of been locked in one spot. But the interesting thing about that is that if we're able to shift our perspective and think about being a tourist in our own city, our own town, it can open up a world of opportunities that we might not have been exposed to if we were allowed to travel elsewhere and do all the things that we normally do. So, to become a local tourist, or to pick this up as a hobby, what you're going to want to start doing is doing some research. What in your area would you be interested in going and seeing, learning more about, experiencing? Are there art galleries that you could go and check out? Maybe a museum. Maybe there's some of those hiking trails around that you've never been on, parks, historic sites. Honestly, the opportunities are endless. It just takes a little bit of more research and work to prep yourself before you go out on an adventure. Before you travel anywhere, you usually do a little bit of research to see what's there. What are we gonna do when we get there? What makes this city famous? Are there any types of foods that we can try there? Do that research, and then you can experience your own city, your own town from a completely new lens. Number 8, make a vision board. So I love the practice of making a vision board at the beginning of every new year. But it's honestly a practice that you could do at any point throughout the year, and I tend to update mine as I go anyways. So if you already have one or you haven't done one yet, this could be the perfect hobby for you to pick up right now. There's a lot of research and information all about the power of visualization. And when we set goals, but then we have some sort of way to remind ourselves of these goals through visions that we either see on a corkboard or on our desktop home screen, then we're reminding ourselves and we're starting to filter out information that we're being given on a daily basis that might create more opportunity for us to achieve those goals. I created an entire video about how to make a vision board for 2021, which I'm going to link up here in case you're interested. But this would be a fantastic hobby if you're somebody who, number 1, likes to look at beautiful pictures on a regular basis, and number 2, who has quite a few goals that they're working on achieving this year. This will help you, again, to simplify and focus in your efforts on those goals that you want to achieve because you are reminding yourself of what you want on a regular basis. All right, my friends, that brings us to the end of this video. I really hope that you enjoyed the content. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up or potentially sharing it with others who might find the information helpful. Until next time, make sure that you take time to take care of yourself, and I will see you all very soon.